Hello, ladies and gentlemen. At the time of recording, it is still Christmas Eve. It is going to be Christmas in approximately 17 minutes. Tonight, we are going to be pissing off both the fandom and hatedom of Hazbin Hotel at the same exact time. We are going to be pissing off the fandom because I am not the biggest fan of Hazbin Hotel, and we are going to be pissing off the hatedom because I am also not a hater of Hazbin Hotel. Look, my opinion on Vivzy Pop's work is that I enjoy it, but objectively it is not that good, especially compared to other indie fandom works that I'm more interested in seeing, like The Conclusion to Digital Circus or Lackadaisy once that finally comes out. But I still like Hazbin to a degree. I like Hell of a More, even though I really shouldn't, because it's worse in several ways. However, I very much like some of the character designs, which is also contentious because people don't like those. So, we are going to be doing a character tier list. Why? Because Season 2 happened, and I want to see if my thoughts on certain characters has changed. Spoiler alert, they probably have. I'm just going to be going from like an S to F rating in terms of like the characters that are going to be ranked, and I am more likely going to be placing characters based on what I think about the character themselves or their design. I'm probably only going to go into like instances of how the characters are written on occasion, and I might have very weird reasons for liking certain characters, so I will have to try to explain why I prefer certain characters over others. Now, I haven't actually seen which characters are on this list. This one is just update to Season 2. This isn't one I've actually seen, so well, most of the ones that exist are going to be obvious. And this is a very short list. What? I might as well go in the order that these characters are placed. Let's see. Alistair. I like Alistair. He is not my favorite by any means. I definitely found him interesting back in the pilot. He's still kind of interesting, although I'm surprised that they resolved the thread with his soul deal, like, relatively quickly. Both like the mystery of who he was under a deal with and the way that he used Charlie's deal. Although I do find it funny that he used wordplay in order to get out of one of them. Speaking of Charlie, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not the biggest fan of Charlie. I have a very twisted mind in terms of how I tend to see characters that are overly optimistic at certain points, which might be stupid to some people, but I'm also the kind of person that didn't really like watching SpongeBob much as a kid, mainly because I find over-optimism, like, I get it, you don't want to be negative about things all the time, but I kind of get annoyed when someone's trying to be bubbly and cheery all of the time, especially in situations that don't necessarily call for it. And the other realistic reason being that Charlie was kind of dumb during the season. Not that I'm going to care that much, Charlie wasn't exactly a character that stuck out to me in the first place anyway. She's basically just a Disney princess in hell. I feel like I don't need to say any more. Moving on. Vaggie. Yeah, I don't have any thoughts about Vaggie. They gave her a good song in Season 2, but I haven't fully watched Season 2. I more so got my information from friends that have watched it, and YouTube videos, and Twitter. And that is kind of how I got information for most of my stuff on the series, because I'm not about to give Amazon my money. Anyways, let's move on. Angel Dust. This is gonna be like a bit of a tricky placement. Character-wise, I'm not that into Angel Dust. I kinda like his personality. I do like his design. A friend of mine has similar thoughts on the character for a similar reason. I'm not gonna throw in headcanons or anything like that into this. I will give him due respect and keep him in A for now. Just keep in mind, this is not a character I am that into. Now, Vox, on the other hand, he's going straight to S. I'm sorry, Vox is my favorite character in the series. He's sort of been my favorite since basically episode 2 of season 1. Personality-wise, he has my favorite. Design-wise, also one of my favorites. And I am very much happy he basically was the main villain of Season 2, which is kind of funny because people got angry about the fact that Loot basically got sidelined in order to do something with Vox. I mean, they kind of had to do something with the Vs at some point. They set them up in Season 1 and did nothing with them, so it was either this or have them stay irrelevant for another season. Actually, you know what, speaking of Loot, here is my other thing with, like, the angel characters, or the Exorcist specifically. I would have preferred if the Exorcists kept their masks on the entirety of their design. It kind of annoyed me when they spoiled Lute's proper design without the mask. And I get that's iconic and such, but I don't know, it sort of took away from me. I do like her no-nonsense personality. We're gonna move on. Where was I? Oh, yeah, Valentino. Now, this is where the fandom is gonna get very angry with me. This guy is absolutely deplorable. Yes, he is, but he's also supposed to be a pure evil villain. He's kind of supposed to be deplorable. That's kind of the point. Like, I understand that everyone's touchy about being able to like villains nowadays, but should I also call out anyone that's liked a character such as Frieza or Darth Vader, who have committed atrocities as well, by the way? I still find it absolutely absurd that Valentino cosplayers start getting harassed after we realize what his character was supposed to be like. Which, yeah, no duh, he's a terrible person, he kind of deserves to be here. Velvet is an interesting case. I used to think nothing of this character. Then, they gave her some screen time. She is now a character that I very much like. She is also going into S tier, because I also find her powers pretty cool as well. The V's are probably some of my favorite characters in the show. Their stage presence is very entertaining, and I consider them pretty good villains. I also like that Val and Velvet sort of just turn on Vox after he basically tries to nuke all of hell. Anyways, back to ranking the rest of the characters. Lucifer is up here now. I've not thought too much about Lucifer. However, a friend of mine is very much into the character, and he's been entertaining enough to the point that, you know what? I'm gonna put him in high A. Sorry, Alistair, you're going down here. I mean, like, his section in Vox Populi was one that I liked, and he was also pretty funny in that one scene with Vaggie, so yeah, I'm gonna keep him up here, even though I didn't think too much about him initially. He's kind of grown on me. Lilith, we kind of know nothing about. You're going in C tier. Adam. Oh boy, Adam. Okay, Adam was kind of a fun villain, but he's also a piece of not necessarily that good. But then again, I found him entertaining at certain points. I don't know, I guess I care about his presence a little bit more than Vaggie, so yeah, he'll go there. Do I keep him behind Loot, though? Yeah, I think I can get away with keeping him behind Loot. People like Loot a lot more than Adam. I'm not denying that Adam doesn't suck. He does suck. He's not better than Vox. Vox is way better as a villain, but, like, Adam was entertaining every now and then. Either that, or I have way more of a tolerance to the profanity in the show than most people. Which, granted, I definitely do. My sense of humor is broken. I feel like I should get that out of the way. Abel, Mr. Fallout Boy himself. I didn't think too much of him. I really have very little thoughts on, like, Abel in general. I guess he's more chill than Adam. I don't know. He's roughly the same as Charlie in terms of, like, how I think about either character. You could maybe switch them around for me. I'm sorry. I do like that he got a chance to sing finally. I didn't realize a Fallout Boy member was voicing him for a while, which I feel kind of stupid for. Sarah is probably another character that I would have ranked pretty low, honestly. But I, at the very least, am a little bit more interested by her compared to Charlie. Also, we got to see her true angel form, and I genuinely lost my mind upon seeing that. So, she's also going in B. I feel like it's worth mentioning that, like, B and C are going to probably hold a lot of characters I don't feel too strongly about. So just keep that in mind. Oh, dear Emily, you're basically Heaven's Charlie. You might as well go in the same placement as Charlie. I don't have any problems with you, but you're also not on my mind that often. Speaker of God is kind of awesome, though. I'm putting her in A. She does not get enough screen time. I can't really afford to place her past someone like Alistair, maybe. Actually, I don't even know if I can put her past Angel. I'm gonna do it anyway, though. Sir Pentious. I kind of wish that they used a hell image of him, but he's in heaven now. Pentious is also going in S. Realistically, he's the other character that is like one of the favorites. He was my favorite since the pilot, and then Vox sort of took his spot. That's also the reason that he's going ahead of Valentino, even though I find Valentino a goddamn riot at times. Pentious is... he's Pentious. He's a sweet boy. I'm happy he got into heaven. Cherry. I don't think that much about Cherry Bomb. So she's going over here with Luda and the others. She's not bad or anything like that. I don't really think about her much, unfortunately. Mimsy's been in season 1 and that's it. And also a cameo flashback with Alistair. But I rock with the 1920s to 1930s vibe. So she's going up here. She's also going past Angel because I said so. Nifty became kinda goated in the current season. And she also killed Adam. So there's that. She's going in high B though. I don't have any problems with her. She's kind of there, but like, I don't think too much about her. Other than like the semi-reveal that, oh, she's an overlord. So maybe with time, I will consider bumping her up another spot. But right now, I'm not thinking too much about that. Keith David, your character is awesome. I don't know where to put Husk. I don't know if he's upgraded to getting S tiered yet. Last time I would have put him somewhere in like A maybe. But I've also seen his powers be used a lot more, and Love in a Bottle was something I enjoyed listening to, the one time I've listened to it so far. He's going in S. Actually, I'm putting him ahead of Velvet too, because I at the very least find his voice, well, not just his voice, I find him a little more entertaining at times, so he's going up here. Rosie is also going in S. I guess learning that she was in control of Alistair the entire time was also entertaining. I haven't properly looked at her scenes though, so that's the only reason I'm not gonna put her past Val. It's kind of not easy for me to put people past Val because Val was pretty funny. He's terrible, but like, he's funny. Zestiel is a character that's kind of here. I mean, he's cool, but he also hasn't done much yet. So, Carmilla. Carmilla is a character nothing. She's going in C. I don't care enough to place the hotel mascots. I'm playing them in F, not because I hate them, but because I literally have no thoughts. Okay, Killjoy. I don't know, I guess you go in C. I won't put her past Vaggie, because I don't care. I genuinely don't remember this guy's name. You're going at the bottom of F tier. Sorry, dude. Don't care about your existence. Baxter is a character that got to do almost nothing, and we were hyping him up for a good while. I feel bad. I should probably put him closer to Nifty, but I feel like it's fitting that those two mark the top and ends of B tier. Why are Penchas's eggs even here? They're not even relevant anymore. Well, I guess they are technically in heaven with him and they can fly. I don't have enough thoughts of them to really place them either. They're just there. You're going in F tier, again, because I don't care, not because I necessarily hate. St. Peter is, I'm not sure how to feel about St. Peter. He's just a character that's also kind of here. I genuinely don't think about him as much. I mean, I guess he gets a funny burn-in on loot at some point, but I refuse to put Fat Nuggets somewhere that isn't next to Angel Dust. And that's the tier list so far. As you can probably tell, B is filled with characters that I am semi-conflicted on sometimes. I mean, maybe not like fully, but like I really only start caring about characters like from Sarah onwards most of the time. That's basically the characters that I genuinely care that much about. Lute is kind of just demoted right now, so that's the reason that she wouldn't go much higher. Maybe if she did more stuff, potentially. Also, maybe if she didn't take off that mask. I feel like more people are going to be angry about the fact that I have all of the Vs, mostly just having Valentino in S tier of all things. Or maybe people will get upset about the fact that there's not really a main cast member in the top, aside from Husk, if we want to count Husk as main cast. Now, if I wanted to be petty, I could also just arrange the characters based on, like, headcanons and such, which would also be funny. Actually, in fact, I'm gonna just do that real quick. Now I'm gonna headcanon the characters based on relevance to the stuff that I write or mess around with friends in regards to. I need to change the music for this also. I'm getting tired of hearing Temptation. Alright, time for something completely off-kilter based on the fact that I'm going to be screwing around with the amounts entirely. Can I drag characters off? No, I can't. Oh, well, guess I'm gonna have to reorder things, so I'll figure this out based on, like, how relevant any of the characters are that I'm gonna place them. I'll just start dragging down characters based on, like, how much I feel about using any of them. Vox is staying up here. Val is staying up here. And I'm gonna have to start dragging people down. Velvet's going here in tier 4 in terms of, like, any relevance. Lucifer, we've actually done stuff with, so Lucifer goes up here. Rosie, I've done nothing with. Husk, we've done nothing with. I'ma still keep people like ahead. I've not done anything with Penchus yet. I would like to, maybe. Alistair is not getting touched at all. I refuse to bring Alistair into any of this. I don't want to. Actually, while I'm at it, I'm bringing in a couple other hotel members because I literally don't want to use them or bring up the hotel in any way. I don't feel like it. Angel gets to go up because a character likes Angel. Speaker of God also gets to go up, at the very least, because something's been done with them. Mimsy I'd like to at some point. Having characters, most of them are not getting jack in this state. Announcers definitely aren't getting anything. Why the hell would I touch Lilith? I don't feel like doing anything with Carmilla. I might as well drag characters I want to actually do stuff with here and there. Husk, not really, but I will move him up here anyway. Nifty, it depends. I'll put her down here for now. Baxter, for similar reason. I'm gonna move Fat Nuggets, unfortunately. I hate to do it, but I'm literally not using the pig for like anything at this point in time. In terms of the stuff I've written, these two have actually done something. Actually, yeah, Adam even played more of a role than like the other characters there, so they're going up here. Velvet is going here for now just because her relevance is a little bit less. Not that she hasn't shown up in what I've done, but like, not much. Sarah maybe will get to do something at some point. Emily, not so much. She is going down here. I don't think much about that. Cherry is not getting to do anything because I don't care. Abel is not high on the priority list, but a friend of mine likes Abel, so maybe? Zestiel, you're not doing anything. We're dragging you over here. I literally don't give a shit. Sarah is... You know what? I'm gonna switch stuff around a little bit. Rosie, I'd maybe want to do something with in the future, potentially, with writing things. Sarah, I don't know. She has roughly around similar importance as the other angels, but I kind of want to have done things with the other Vs a little bit more recently. I've not touched Penchus yet. I would maybe like to do something with Penchus in the future. These other characters, it's a very low chance that I do something with them. Okay, so this tier list is basically like relevance of how I would use any of the characters for any writing related things. As for why people are wondering why I'm literally including main characters down there, it's because the stuff that I write has literally nothing to do with the hotel. Honestly, it has more to do with stuff that's related to Helva. Should I do a list on Helva?